Yo, I just got out of a weird shoot. We are making a video right now. Vodo Studios, and so I think you know this. Vodo does MMA. We do the whole Mexican martial arts thing, and then we also do client work. We have to do that to sustain the creative and to pay our bills. So we had a client shoot today, and we had to, it was a promo for a real estate company. I think that's what they are. I typically don't have much to do with them, except just act in them. Sometimes I'll help write the script. Sometimes, very rarely, I'll go back and forth and help with like the project management type stuff, and like email them and stuff like that. But usually, I don't really have much to do with it. I don't even know why I'm going into detail about that. That's not important. Anyway, I guess I'm just trying to let you know I don't really know that much about it. So I thought I was gonna show up. Alex told me you're just gonna be there and you're gonna be like at home, like on a computer, just pretending like you're on a computer. That's all you need to do. Just be on your laptop, B-roll type stuff. No talking, no real acting. You just sit there. Even though, in my opinion, the hardest acting is the B-roll type stuff. When you're not talking and you're just like smiling at something all cheesy, or like pretending like you're scrolling on a computer, or like you're on your phone. That's the hardest acting. For me, it is. But I was told that's what I was gonna do. And then I show up, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be your wife." And I was like, "What? What the heck?" So apparently, in the video, there's me and my wife, and we're buying a house, and we're looking on the computer at floor plans. We have these pages we're going through, and then we're in the front of the house at the end, admiring the house we bought. And that was awkward for me. First of all, because I had no idea. I wasn't able to mentally prepare for that. But then acting is weird. I've never met this girl in my life. I had no idea who she was, and all of a sudden we're like, cozied up next to each other on the couch. I mean, like sitting, you couldn't sit closer, and we're like on the computer together, acting like we're married. And even though it's acting, that's always so weird for me. I've always been so weird and awkward around females. I just always have been. It's a miracle that I wound up getting married. I don't know how that happened. But I'm just so awkward in those situations around females. And it was so weird. But I got over it. As soon as you turn on the camera and it's acting time, then it's like, okay, I'm acting now. It's the in-between time that can be kind of awkward. But then we had to go outside and pretend like we were admiring the house we bought. And she was like, if she wasn't taller than me, she was at least as tall as me. She had these heels on, and I felt like I felt like so small next to her. And I had to put my arm around her. There was like this prompt that the client gave us, a certain look they wanted, and I was supposed to be with my arm around her at the end. And it was so awkward because I felt like I had to raise my arm so high. And then at one point she put her arm around me, and that was way more fitting. Like, that felt way more natural, and it was like so soul crushing. I just felt so embarrassed. I said on the shoot, let me say this part first. It got to the point where she had to squat a little, and I had to get on my tiptoes or whatever, and appear to be taller. So she had to lower herself, and I had to hire myself for it to work. And then when I looked at the footage, I looked so tall, and I said, I've never, ever felt bad about my height. I really haven't. But when I saw that footage, I wanted to be taller. It was like, oh, I like how this looks. I like looking like a tall person. I always kind of took pride in being I'm not short. I'm not short by any means, but I'm not tall. I'm just about average, I guess. But like when I was playing basketball, I used to be able to dunk when I was in high school. And I was like one of the shortest guys on the team. Everyone else was like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and they could barely even touch the rim, if that, and I was dunking. And like martial arts and stuff, I always felt good not being one of the bigger guys, but doing so well. But I felt really self-conscious today, and like we were joking about it the whole time. It was like a big thing. I don't know. It just made me feel really embarrassed. Because I just imagined we had to go to like 3 different locations and try to find a house that worked. We had to find the right look that the client liked of the exterior of the house, so we had to keep going to different houses asking people if we could use their house. And I just imagined the people inside looking out the window like, what the heck? The girl all squatting and me on my tiptoes. I bet it was a sight. But that's what I'm doing right now. I'm driving home from the shoot. So weird, this life I lead. It's so weird. Some people go to work, they get up and they go to work, and they chop wood, and they catch criminals, and they deliver babies, and they teach the youth, and they put out fires, and they build roads. And me, I'm out there in the street on my tiptoes with the girl next to me squatting so I look taller. That's what I do. And then I do MMA. And not even like, I can't even say like, yeah, I do MMA, I'm a fighter. I'm like, oh yeah, I pretend. I parody MMA. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm always so self-conscious also when I have to do, like when you're a character, when you're a crazy animated character like Jesse, I don't care how I look, because I'm a character. But I get so self-conscious on days like today because like I was up so early yesterday. I went to sleep so late. I woke up so early today, like my eyes were like bloodshot. My whole, like a whole section of my face was like red, like I was crying or something, and I don't know why. I feel like when I looked in the mirror today, I don't think I've ever experienced that. Like I've had bloodshot eyes before, but there were like quadrants of my face, like my skin, they were just very red, like I was crying. And I don't know if that's from, I don't think you get that way from being tired. I didn't understand it. I just felt so disgusting, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I felt bad for the actress. You have this actress, and you get to tell she puts time into looking presentable, and she's sitting next to me, and I just feel like I look disgusting right now. So I don't even, I hate shoots when I'm not like Jesse. That's how I feel lately. And I'm feeling the pressure right now because I got a lot of stuff I got to write for Monday. We need to get some more MMA videos done. We got some big goals this month, and I got some stuff I need to write. I haven't been able to focus lately. Been some things going on, distracting me. Good things, celebratory things, but still, it's distracting. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this now. I want to listen to some music. I just wanted to share with you guys my experience on the shoot today. And being, I'm trying not to say midget. Okay? I'm just gonna say it. I'm trying not to say that I felt like a midget, because I know that it's 2018 and everyone wants to be politically correct and everyone wants to be offended. But like, I was born in the 80s, but I grew up in the 90s. You know, people threw words like midget around left and right, and no one was trying to offend anyone. That was the only word we had. So like in my head, I was gonna say, like, I felt like a midget. That's how I felt. And we never meant for it to be offensive. That was just how you said it. And now I feel like if you say midget, people think you're full of hate or something. And I'm like, I think little person sounds more demeaning than midget. Because I feel like when you say little person, it's like they're kind of a person, but not quite. They're more of a little person. When midget is like, just say, that's what you are. It's not making you sound any less than this other thing. That's just it. I don't think that's offensive at all. But that's like where my head's wanting to go, and I'm struggling to keep myself from saying midget. Like, is anyone mad at me for that right now? That I even said it? That it even came out of my mouth? Or are you guys like, yeah? Like, don't you feel that way? That like there's certain words today where people are like supposed to be offended by them, but you're really not even offended by them. Like you watching, you're not even offended by it, but you're supposed to be. It's so weird. Anyway, well, what do we got on? I was gonna say I want to stop this recording because I want to listen to the radio now and just enjoy my drive home, because I know when I get home I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to be on, I'm gonna have to be dad, I'm gonna have to be a husband, I'm gonna have to wash some dishes, Right now, I just want to enjoy the radio. What's this? What the heck is that? Wow. My jeez. I have to apologize for the selection today. I almost thought that was Johnny Mathis, but I don't think so. It's like a low budget Johnny Mathis.
And
Let me out. Let me out. Help me out. I'm not happy with this. This is why I listen to Pandora. Okay, this is why I listen to Pandora. Sorry, I was gonna have like some karaoke for you, but oh, you know what? No, that'll get flagged right away. I was gonna put on some Beatles, but Beatles, man, they don't play. They'll get you for that on YouTube right away. Can't even play like 3 seconds of that. All right, it's already a long video. This is already way longer than they have been. So I'm gonna sign off for now. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for tuning in to the show where I talk about what I'm doing during those 10 minutes, give or take, and really nothing else. So thank you. I always hear people say that starting videos are the hardest. Ending them is way harder. That's the hard part.